Hi, everyone. This week, I'm picking up two predominant energies that I think most people may be feeling right now. One is an energy of rest, and the other is an energy of resistance. And you could be feeling either one of these, or perhaps a combination of both. And before I say anything else, I just want to say that neither one of these energies are better than the other. We have all felt one or the other on occasion, and in the future we will still. And we want to look at this as an opportunity to be with whatever that energy is that's presenting for us at this time without feeling the need to judge it or qualify it or think, well, I should be in this energy or that energy. It's just what is, it's what's happening right now, it's where we're at, and it's all really actually fine and okay. So regardless of which one of these energies you're feeling, that's just what's happening. And we're going to talk a little bit about both of them right now. If you are feeling this energy of rest, that could mean that the last several months were actually pretty heavily intense. And maybe now you felt this lovely release and you have felt an expansion or an ascension. You know that you're not at the same place you were at several months ago. You know that things have changed for you and you feel that there's a difference in who you are today than who you are a few months ago. And now what's happening is there's this opportunity for us to rest in that. I call it a period of calibration because we now feel like we have expanded into this newer version of ourselves. Now it's the chance for us to be able to calibrate to that because it can feel a little wobbly. It can feel unknown. It's unfamiliar. It's new territory. And so now we have an opportunity to rest in that and be able to calibrate and allow that new energy to integrate into our physical body and into our physical experience. And it's also a great opportunity to allow God, the divine, the universe, your inner wisdom, your guides, the collective, whichever term best suits you, to be able to speak to us about where we are going next, what it is that we are going to move into, to create, to grow into, to expand into, what that's going to look like for us for the rest of this year and potentially for the rest of our lives. So it's a good time now to just be quiet, be still, go within, listen. Messages can come in so many different ways. They can come through animals. I know one of my spirit animals is the raven. I've always loved ravens. They've always spoken to me. I just wasn't conscious of that when I was younger, but they've always been a spirit animal of mine. So if you're seeing or if your attention is being drawn to a particular animal that suddenly has come into your awareness, I encourage you to do a little deeper dive and find out what that might mean for you. And that's as simple as just looking up that animal. Google has everything now. Just find out what resonates with you. Certainly I can be a resource in that. I can help you, maybe give you some guidance and direction on your situation and what it might mean for you specifically. If you'd like to reach out to me, I'd be happy to assist with that. Also, things like feathers that you might find on the ground, or perhaps there's a certain song that resonates with you. I wake up with a song almost every single day. That is one of the ways that Spirit speaks to me. There is a difference, though, between Spirit just giving me a song and Spirit giving me a message. That feels different. So whether it's that you wake up with a song or you hear one on the radio or you happen to be in the grocery store or somewhere and a song comes across and it catches your attention in a way that maybe it doesn't usually do, or being drawn to a movie, a commercial can speak to you. Certainly there are teachers that you may have in your life who also can speak to you at this time about what may be happening for you. I encourage you, though, regardless, to just find the opportunity to be still, be silent, and just sit with this new, beautiful, expansive awareness and energy that has been brought into our lives so that you can integrate into it properly, get calibrated with it so that it can be maintained externally in your life and in your body. Now, you could be feeling resistance as well, and yes, that one. I understand that one completely. I was feeling a lot of resistance, even though my mind wanted to go with the flow last year. There was a lot of resistance for me. I was surprised because I generally am like, I know what this is. We're just going to go in and go with it. But there are just some things that when it really is deep, deep work that we can be resistant to. It's like a excavation. It's like a rooter. What are those things? I don't know, that gardeners use. If you're a gardener, you know what I mean. And they dig down deep and they dig up the roots of the weeds and they pull it all the way out so that the ground can now be properly cultivated with the new seeds for new life to come and spring up, new abundance and bountiful things to be birthed from the earth. And that's what we're in right now. But that tilling of the soil has to happen first. And so, yes, it can be resistant because we don't know what the future holds. Sometimes we hold on to the past or the things that have been with us because we know them, they're familiar to us. And even positive change can come with a great amount of resistance and fear and, the unpredictability of it and all of that. When I bought my home, I remember that I was shocked at how stressful it felt. And I wasn't experiencing any conscious resistance to it necessarily, but it was one of the most stressful things I had ever done. Now, granted, part of that was because I was doing it myself, by myself. And after I signed the contract, it dawned on me like, oh my goodness, you just all by yourself without another person to help you signed off on multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of a property that you now will need to take care of on your own. And you've never done that. So it was unknown territory for me. It was me stepping into something new and big and expansive that I hadn't done before. And part of the reason I discovered that it felt so uncomfortable and scary to me is because my nervous system at the time did not know the difference between positive stress and negative stress. For many of us who have gone through severe traumas, particularly severe childhood traumas, where pleasure may be involved, the complex issues around that, our bodies can get very confused about whether or not pleasure should feel positive or negative. And my nervous system was still stuck in that state. So that even something positive felt really uncomfortable and felt really unsafe to me, even though my conscious mind, my rational mind knew that it was actually a positive thing. So that's just one example of why you could be feeling that way. But the truth is, most of us are resistant to change, positive or negative. And so being able to understand and know that about ourselves allows us to accept what is happening and not continue to resist it. Our tendency very often is to go, why am I resisting this? I know where I want to be. I know what I need to do. I know what is supposed to happen. And that becomes counterproductive because what we're now doing is beating ourselves up for being human. When what we really want to do is just go, okay, this is what's happening inside of me. This is the part of me that wants to protect me from the unknown, or that wants to protect me from something I'm not yet familiar with. And so if I know and understand that, then I can embrace it with compassion and love and even thank it. You know what? Thank you for your efforts to protect me. But my conscious mind is aware that I'm actually safe right now. So I'm going to recognize that you're here, but I'm not going to let you run the show. It's being able to recognize that we're human, that we have complex emotions and feelings, and that it's okay that we do, to love, embrace, and accept them, and ask them what is it that they need from us so that we can give that need in order to move through the process with as much grace as is available to us at that time. And regardless of the amount of grace, we offer ourselves understanding and love and compassion to be able to endure the experience or move through the experience in whatever way we're able to do so in this given moment, knowing that as we continue to grow and evolve, that will change over time. And the more we go into newer, deeper, more expansive spaces, the more uncomfortable it is likely to become. And that is actually okay. So regardless of which one of these energies you're dealing with this week, I encourage you to take the time to either rest in it, to take the time to show it love and compassion, and to take the time to know that all things are made beautiful in its own time. And you can trust that and know that sooner or later, everything is going to work out just as it should, even if you can't see it right now. And if you don't see it, that's okay. Just take the next breath. take the next step. And eventually you'll have walked up the flight of stairs, or eventually you have found yourself in a whole new land after taking one step at a time and spending each moment with the moment that is available to you, understanding what it is that you need in that moment, offering yourself the love and compassion that you are so desperately asking yourself to give to yourself. I hope that this has been useful information for you that will help you navigate this week so that you can move into the more expanded, abundant, beautiful, healthy, prosperous version of who you really, really are. If this message has been helpful to you, I ask that you like it, that you share, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my Instagram, my Facebook. I would love to exchange and engage with you on any of those platforms if you would like to reach out to me. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you. And may you ever live inspired. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.